And what is up, everybody? How y'all doing? Happy whatever today is. Happy Monday to you. I think yeah, it's got to be Monday. Another mucking fun day. I hope you guys have had a great day. Uh, Another busy day at work. Spent a lot of time on my feet today. I said I'm averaging 6 miles, 7 miles a day. So yeah, I put myself on the scale today. Um, Down to 203, and that's with clothes on. So getting towards my goal. Hopefully by the end of summer, I'll be there. But I am gonna have to start eating again, eating more. Fish for a lot. What's up, fish? Gonna have to start eating more because I am dropping weight. I don't want to say too fast, but yeah, I'm feeling a lot better though, which is good. Hopefully I got the chat figured out for YouTube and Twitch. So we're gonna test that out. Had a nice conversation with somebody here about 45 minutes ago. Hopefully, they'll be coming into chat later. I'm hoping. Said they try to stop in. If not, I'll explain who it is a little bit later. So, that being said, hope you guys are all doing well today. Let's get on over to the analyzing screen. We are into Whitey Recorder that we finished last night from night one. We're on to night two. So I don't know where night two is at. Like I said, I don't pre-listen to anything. And we're going to see if we can get some EVPs tonight. There's some bumps through here. So I am hopeful. Might be me just bumbling about because of all the little spikes through here. But then again, we have had EVPs from those spikes. Fingers are crossed tonight, guys. So, oh, God, it feels good to be back. So, person I talked to, gonna start working on. Wow, you guys don't know if you guys heard that in the background. That sounded like a freaking gun going off. But anyways, the person I talked to started. We're talking about Nevada State Prison Part 6, either later this year or early next year. But it is going to happen. Let's just say that. Let's get on to some audio, shall we? Let's see if we can get some spirits tonight. All right, this is Brent with Incarnate Paranormal, Nevada State Prison. Night 2, visit 5. This is Whitey Recorder being left in cell B13 up on the shelf. Well, B13. Never really got much out of B, so we're hopeful. A couple more people get in. I need somebody to go over to YouTube and see if I got chat working. It took me about 2 hours last night to try to get it figured out. If you guys have any hiding places for weapons, I'd really like to find out where they're at. You're not going to get in any trouble for it. But it'd be interesting to find out. There are any hiding places, gentlemen? I will be back later this evening. Don't hesitate to come out and speak with me. But I am on a little bit earlier tonight. Got home quick, got dinner quick. Actually, I lied. I stopped and got Taco Bell on the way home. I lied. Should have taken a picture in front of the mirror before I started this weight loss. No, problem is I'm a little bit barrel chested, so my ribs stick out a little bit. And losing the gut, it's like, damn. Said want to get back down to about high school weight. I said that last night, so we're good. We're good. We do have little spikes here and there, so we might be physically stuck, not being able to jump ahead at all, which is all right. And it is how long is this? 2 hours and 4 minutes. Don't know if we'll get through that. Excuse me. Don't know if we'll get through that tonight. We're definitely going to try. Try something real quick. Just let me pause this real quick. Hold on a second, guys. Bear with me for just a minute. Just bear with, please bear with me. Checking on a couple things real quick. I'll be back up here in a second. And there we go. There we go. What I wanted to do, and now see if it comes through. Yep, I'll have to have both chat bots up, which is all right. At least we don't have to worry about motorcycles as much. Or as loud, should I say. I like to see if Sims is still around. I know she's been busy, but I kind of like to see her in here. Explicit was in here. Our first show back. MDS was. Vexus has. Deads and Sims. That's 99% sure that's me. Yeah, I'm pretty damn sure that's me. Can tell by the tone. Effects, special, vocal enhancer. Okay. Yeah, that is me. I don't know why I'm even analyzing this. Did that even come up? Yeah, it did. Okay. Move on. Hmm. Can you hear the footsteps? I know that's my footsteps. And that's a floor away. Again, you kind of tells you how much it just echoes in the prison. Even when you're alone. Freaking 2 floors away, you can hear yourself talking. All right, guys, I got to step away for just a minute. I'm going to let the audio play, so please just keep an ear out, would you please? I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Sorry about that. That's my fault. My fault. Hit the wrong button. Oops. Rookie mistake. It was loud. Yeah. Jack wanted to come say hi. Say hi, Jack. Say hi, bud. He really didn't want. He just wanted to let me know he was here. It's like, come up, come down. I'll be. Just wait. Every once in a while, he'll jump up on the top of the chair. Hoping he does that on stream one day. Strange animal. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do a NSP 6. It's just now is a matter of time and money. Actually excited to think about scheduling this now. But with the new job, getting days off till after my 90 is freaking impossible. But you know what? We'll get it done. We'll get it did. Get her done, got her did. And it'll be better than ever. Might not take as much equipment, or take it and just not use it, because like I said, cost of batteries, just Jesus. Spikes. Remember a couple years ago, we had a lot of the spikes like this, and it ended up being a mouse. So, I don't know. Mouse is in the house. Maybe. I want to hear Jasper. We haven't heard the crow. But then again, a year between investigations, that Jasper might be dead. EVP from a dead crow. That'd be interesting. Fuck off. That would be a great EVP. Just fuck off. I got to screw loose. Definitely got to screw loose. Okay, nothing. Just making sure. Yep, me again. Who was it? This guy. Shit. I got problems. Got 99 problems and a bitch ain't one. Oh, never mind. Where'd that come from? Ah, yeah, it is. Okay. I don't know. I think that's me. No, I don't want that one. Don't know how to use that yet. That'd be a low tone. Back special. Let's go with high tone as well. Let's go with took it out. Huh. What's good? Any good stuff yet? Unfortunately, no. Which kind of heartbreaking. We're only 16 minutes into this recorder and nothing yet. That's a only downside about a lot of these recorders. When you just kind of turn them on and let them sit all night while you're investigating through the prison. Uh, will I ever stop doing that? Probably not. We've gotten some of the best EVPs by just leaving a recorder go all night. For those that have been here for quite some time, know this: the best residual EVPs, you don't have to be in there. But again, the downside is you're listening to hours of just white noise, traffic, weather, buildings, the normal building sounds. And yeah, it does get a bit boring, but life of a paranormal investigator, which you don't see on the TV shows. The hours and hours of just tedious analyzing. I'm hoping though. We've gotten through, I think, 6 recorders. We've only gotten 86 EVPs. I'm just waiting for the good GoPros. Just building sounds. Ugh. I wish there was still a way to sleep in the prison overnight. I wish it was safe enough to where they'd let us. Oh, it is, just fire code reasons. I'd love to be able to sleep in one of the cells all night. I'd actually love to sleep in the last night cells. But can't do it. Me in the background, probably. Spend more time debunking than anything, but I guess that's better than fake evidence or questionable evidence. Sorry guys, I got a snack. I know it's impolite to eat on stream, but this guy's still hungry. And for those that have been here a while, remember we had this the previous year as well. The only difference was it was a really windy night. Never usually got this many, building sounds in B Block. I think even by dumb luck, just there'd be EVPs in here somewhere. But usually the active was C Block, D Block, Women's, Death Row, and Execution. A and B usually, for me, never had anything, or almost nothing. Only reason I put it in cell B13, 13 is my lucky number, and well, B, obviously. What's up, Corgi? How you doing, bud? Now it smells like demons in here. There's my AVP. Huh? Come into chat, rip one. You know what? I guess it's better than hearing that investigator take a leak in a cell the previous year. Get your surgery at 7 in the morning. Well, we're all praying for you, Corgi. Hopefully everything goes off without a hitch. Slowly beginning your transitioning phase. Sorry, I couldn't resist. That guy was a serious asshole. Which guy? That's just got. That's got to be Echo. Yeah, that's Echo. I'm gonna have to go in and change that though. The security setting on caps. So Corgi, I apologize. Thought I had that turned off. I had to go through all the settings last night for YouTube and Twitch. Hopefully it didn't time you out. And I think on the Twitch side at least, I think I got the followage fixed. If Corgi or Fish, you guys could do, exclamation point followage, see if I actually got that set up right. I'd appreciate it if you guys test that for me. It works. Got it. It's one win for the night. 1 year, 4 months, 23 hours. Sweet. Here. It sounds like there's some, I don't know if they've got sheet metal on the roof. It sounds like there's like loose metal somewhere shaking. Remember we had that up on the upper yard the previous years. If it was really windy, the panels would rattle on the roof, and Deds and I actually debunked that. The great big like dome in the center of the rotunda, there was a loose edge on it, and every time the wind would blow, it kind of lifted a little bit, and we kept hearing, the slams. We thought it was from the previous years, we thought it was a, EVP of a door slamming, come to find out, it was actually environmental and building fatigue. So I'm wondering if that's not what all this is. Could almost guarantee it. I'm gonna have to adjust that. Streamlabs is being a punk. Okay, that I think I took out the caps. Corgi, I didn't do it. Streamlabs did it. I wouldn't time you out, Corgi. Oh, failed to send message. What the fuck? Why can't I type? Holy shit. Oh yeah, it was actually a chick. It wasn't a dude, it was a chick. And he actually heard her say, I gotta go to the bathroom. So she goes down around the corner and still sounded like somebody pissing on a tin roof. It was like, yeah, I gotta let Susan know. Yeah, when I was on the phone earlier, we were actually talking about that. You can't find somebody for getting into a location like that. You're not going to call the cops. For 7 years, 1 month, 9 days. Sweet. Uh, she was actually not. She won't be allowed back. Damn, 7 years. Holy shit. Failed to send message. Are you connected with the account? I'm the fucking moderator. That's weird. It's not letting me send messages in my own chat. Oh well. Now I gotta figure this out. Why it's not letting me freaking chat in my own freaking chat bot? Huh. Rewire Streamlabs to serve coffee and donuts. Nothing. Bear with me, guys. I gotta look this up. Donuts. Wish I could say I'd rewire Streamlabs to pour me a beer, but I don't drink anymore. Bit. Yeah, Corgi, it might be a good idea. Otherwise, you're gonna be a hungry. You're gonna be a hungry mofo tomorrow. Remember, I couldn't eat. It was like it was more than 12 hours before my surgery. Couldn't even drink anything. Would that even work? Nope. Huh. Having your gallbladder out. Oof. At least that's not. Well, any surgery is a major surgery, but could be a worse surgery. Couple buddies have had their galls out too. Hopefully it all goes smoother. Hopefully everything goes smoothly, Corgi. Damn, I can't even talk right tonight. What is wrong with me? Stuttering and stammering and blabbering and just. No. Using a laser, so hopefully they don't have to open you up. Even with if they do open you up, it's like, if I remember right, hearing it's like 3 to 5 stitches in like 2 different areas. I may be wrong. Just nothing but building sounds. I should release a CD with just sounds of the investigation. Surgeon is being assisted by a robot. Back in my mind, I'm thinking Maximum Overdrive, when the machines take over. It's like, oh, really? You're having your gallbladder out? Not today. You're having a sex change operation. Like that guy back in, like, what was it, the late 80s? When the surgeon put his hand on backwards. I guess it was like taken off by like a farming accident, and he put it on backwards. It was like, oops. How in the hell do you even do something like that? Poor Skynet. Corgi comes back looking like that machine hybrid off the movie Virus with Jamie Lee Curtis. Half machine, half rotted flesh. Humans are spare parts. Echo. So yeah, do we? All right. And guess who's going to be the first to harvest it? You, because you're on the table. They're going to put an ear right on the center of your forehead. And this is the ones we got up. We had up in execution viewing on year 2. We had them up on the hill on year 3 and 4. Metal fatigue. I think that's the only way we can actually put it is metal fatigue. Wondering, we usually did not hear these sounds. I'm wondering if we did not sleep inside the prison, if we wouldn't hear these when everything else is shut off, shut down, everybody's gone. Well, being the only one in the prison right now, I really wonder if, just being completely relaxed, not paying attention to anything, you would actually hear these sounds. And I think, if I remember right, I think I put gamble on here too. Gonna have to look at all the commands that I actually set up. What's up? What's up? Is that Pitzer? That's somebody in from YouTube. It's Chris. My channel had the name George. All right, it's Chris Pitzer, ladies and gentlemen. The new lead docent at Nevada State Prison. Bringing back a lot of the old docents that had left over the past few years. And it's damn good to see him in charge now. Now, Susan took a step back, Chris took a step up, and we're on to big things at the prison. And for those watching here on Twitch, Chris is the one that was filming me in the execution chamber. So he can verify that he was hearing voices while I was in there. So if you guys do have any questions for him, go ahead and toss them in chat and maybe he can answer them for you. Yeah, right now, there, Chris, we are analyzing one of the Zoom recorders that was left in B13 on night 2. Tammy Mish, Chris Blomy, and Tammy, Vicky, Verla, Casey, and Kelly. Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm glad Michelle and Tammy are back. I remember when we did the EVP session between Women's and Death Row with you, Tammy, Susan, and Joe. I think I got that video somewhere. But yeah, it's... But again, guys, Chris was one of the docents that warned me more than once about actually going into the execution chamber. Everybody gets affected. Would I listen? Nope. Did I listen? Did I want to listen? Nope. Oh yeah, Chris, long messages. Try to keep it short. I got to adjust the timestamps on it. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, you will for a second. I'm trying to change that. Bear with me. I just got the dual chat set up last night for YouTube and Twitch. I'll go in and make you a mod so you don't have to worry about that. But I do have to adjust it. So bear with me, I apologize. I do have I bumped it up. Maximum characters is generally 120. I did put it up to 200. Give you 80 extra characters. But on these building sounds, this is just the metal and the that's just the metal from the temperature, right? It's just the steel in the building that flexes and kind of adjusts to the weather. I think I should say it that way. If I remember right. I think it's a mix. Yeah, we gave up after the second year, or on the second year, counting all this. Uh, the second year we had all that in execution viewing. It was like every 10 seconds for like 6 hours. So yeah, we don't even building an unknown exactly. It was like click 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 click. It's like we can't even get EVPs from this shit. And let me find this. All right. Yeah, Chris, I'm looking way forward to being back. It's been too long and I've got that itch again. Moose, welcome in, bud. Over on the Twitch side, Moose, if you do exclamation point followage, you can see how long you've been following. I actually got that set up last night. I needed to heal up after last time. Chris, 100%. Uh, I didn't think it'd take that long to actually recover. I think I know what it is, though. I think it's the fact that I was shackled when I went in there. And for the guys over on Twitch, Chris over here on YouTube, he was the one who actually the one who let me use his shackles to go into the chamber. So if you guys want to know why I got tortured so bad by the spirits, that's probably the reason. But again, do I ever listen? No. So you're the reason. You know what? Yeah, you're right. Chris, you're right. Equals good trigger items. But, I've been thinking about this. You can use trigger items, but how far do you want to take it in certain areas? And I've made the joke on here several times to try to put yourself as close as you can to their situation. Being shackled in there is as close as I could get without being strapped into the execution bed, into the lethal injection bed. Being a museum piece, like I said, it'll never happen. But it's as close as we could actually get. And I'm okay with this. Because I think if that would ever happen to be strapped into there, I honestly don't know what would happen to me. And that's bad juju. Trigger items in Estus equals good times. Trigger items always equal good times. They do. Because I know in some instances, don't they shackle them to walk them into most execution chambers? Or do they just handcuff them? Whiskey would do it. Only problem is it was Ice-T, and I think they knew it. I think Eddie Cole was like, this ain't frickin' whiskey. What are you trying to do to me? They are restrained. Okay. So I put myself truly into the situation. Oh. I think they knew. What are you trying to do slipping us Ice-T? You drank all the whiskey, you cheap bastard. But as you can see, let me go ahead and leave the audio playing. I got the pictures up on my bookshelf. I got Jesse Bishop directly behind me. That's all that would fit. But John Hancock, Guy John, Andrzej Mirkovic, and Eddie Cole, I got them all watching over the show. Oops. I just keep pushing the bear, don't I? Just poking the bear. Just doop, 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 doop. She recreated his last meal. Okay. Wow. Okay. That is pretty freaking cool, actually. I actually think I've got the list somewhere. I do have it somewhere. All right. Let's close this. Carol Cole was Jumbo shrimp, French fries, tossed salad with French dressing, clam chowder, cookies, and a candy bar. Spicy candy, I don't have that anymore. I unfortunately had to take that off because I was off the air for 6 months, 9 months. It all went bad. I have to reorder all of it. I actually have to freaking go reorder it. I even got rid of the. I had to throw out the hot sauces too. Give me about a week or so, and I'll have that back. Let me go back a little bit. Actually, do I? Give me a second. I don't even know if these are good anymore. It's only powder. If these were actually chilies, I would say yes. And there's only one reason I say that. Smoked ghost chilies. It's only powder though. Shit. I wish that was real ghost chilies. Damn it. David AS Gaming, how's it going, bud? How you been? Long time no see. This feels good to be back behind the mic. What the fuck was that? Chris? Been a long winter. It's been a warm winter here. Yeah, we haven't had wind all night. We just get this. This is definitely odd. I don't know. I don't know. This one's weird. This is definitely strange. Noise point, denoise. Shit. Focus on all frequencies. Okay. Sounds like a muffled whistle. Somebody trying to whistle. I don't know. We're going to be stuck on this for a minute because I want to try to clean this up. Reverb, special, vocal enhancer, distortion, stereo imagery, time and pitch. What if I did this? Oh, nope. Too low, Brent. Too low. That didn't work. It's not the wind. Maybe an exhale. It could be. When they passed? Maybe. Are there any confirmed deaths on B block? There's got to be. There's got to be on B. There's got to be confirmed deaths on every block. I almost have to save this. I cannot explain this one. And Chris can't either. I mean, this is, if a docent can't explain this one, I think we have to count this as evidence. Special Doppler shift, mastering. Well, see if it has any vocal to it. Yeah. It's not wind. B is where you had your camera and tripod knocked over after 30 minutes. Okay. We got a new vocal enhancer. Almost sounds like a baby cry. You know, I've got to save this just because I don't know how to explain this one. I don't know how to explain this. So it's 80, come on, 7, 10410. So we've got 87. Unknown. Unknown possible whisper breath. So yeah, we have to save that. I if I'm ever this question, usually we just move on with it, and I'm glad we have Chris here for this. For the simple fact that weird sounds like this, we've been very good at debunking. This one we can't, and that's strange if we can't debunk it. Again, why you usually can't jump around on audio. You miss shit like this. And remember, Chris, my GoPro in Death Row, or the it went dead, or it shut off. Probably overheated, but then the light went off, and I had used the Volta to charge the light, but because it went out before the camera, which is weird. I think spirits have a thing for cameras at that prison, especially ones that are unattended. Chris Blumey's infrared light on his camera caught fire. Oh yeah. You subbed, Chris? Oh, David. David did. You probably already were. Yeah, Moose. A lot of shit, a lot of weird shit happens to equipment at this in Nevada State Prison. You've got to keep an eye on it. Every so often, just go by and just make sure it's still on, make sure it's still working, make sure it hasn't got knocked over, make sure it doesn't catch on fire. You know, it's the spirits will mess with your equipment. And it's one of those things that just I can't explain it. It's some there were some. Moose, we were talking about it, and Chris can probably tell the story on that one. Up in D Block, probably around D18 to D20, somewhere in there. There was an inmate, I think he was, if I remember right, he was hung and set on fire. He was hung from one of the ventilation shafts, the bars on the ventilation shaft, and set on fire, if I remember correctly. It was talked about on one of the, I think the episode of Ghost Adventures. How much truth, I don't know with GA, but I think I remember even Susan telling the story. Chris might be able to confirm or deny that one for me. What was that? Dragging of a door. One dude had a light bulb full of gas explode on him when he flipped the light on. Ooh. Then how did he get the gas in there? He had to have snuck it in from like yard maintenance or something. As in gasoline, or like a in D Block. Okay. So nobody was set on fire then. Because if I remember right, he died at the hospital, not at the prison. Another inmate set it up. So like Moose said, damn pyros. So my memory isn't too foggy. And I'll bring this up with Chris here because I've talked to him about it. going back while we're listening to the audio with Neil Pitney and Neil Pitney's cell up on the hill, you'll still never convince me that he OD'd himself. I honestly think he had help. You know, is all the weird stories that come out of NSP, I honestly think people got together and cashed his check. I don't want to say the guards were in on it, but I think maybe they helped. For what he did to his mother, I think everybody came together and said, we got to get rid of him. That's just my 2 cents on this. And it's been a couple years since I talked about it. But with some of the deaths there, you're kind of like, wait a minute. It's like, something's off. See if I can find that from 2 years ago. I want to see if I can find that one, check the sink. Because I was talking to Chris about it on the phone earlier. While we're listening, I'm going to see if I can find it. I'm going to see. It's going to take some time to find it. There it is. All right. I'm going to pause this. Where are we at? 112:15. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Pause this. This is, it's not like I have that many. Thank God I name them right.
Did you have any other secret hiding places to where they forgot about? Did you have any other secret hiding about?
I don't think that's the right one. I don't think that's the right one. I'll have to go back to find it. But all right. Yeah, not like I have that many. Over 1,000, I think. It's not the right one. I'll have to go find it. Let's see. I had, 200 or something on my first visit. I had like 600 on or 500 or 600 on the second. We had a lot. if I could find it, my favorite one is still from Eddie Cole in last night's Cells when he talked about killing Bonnie Sue O'Neill. I want to go back, find the raw audio on that, and see if we could clean it up even more. But it's definitely, I don't think I've ever gotten so much evidence as I did out of NSP. NSP1, EVPs. I don't think I kept all the raw audio. Huh. Which would suck. Well, with 35 recorders, you're going to get evidence. I wish I had 35 recorders. But yeah, man, I get you on that one. The apology is one of your favorite ones. And that's the other thing. An apology shows consciousness. It shows they're aware, which means there are active, conscious spirits at the prison. Because you don't usually get consciousness. Generally, it's just residual EVPs. Not a lot of rhyme or reason to them. They're just there. But once you start getting the responses, but yeah, it feels like 35 when we're analyzing them. It really freaking does. And you know how it's kind of toned down a bit. Let's see, I've got two H3VRs. Imagine how many deaths happened there. I'd like to see the records. And I'm sure, I can almost guarantee they were all in the gym. How many murders? How many suicides? The naturals? Yeah. Heart attacks? Strokes, murders, tortures. I wonder how many people were tortured. And not just, over the course of, maybe an evening. Once the lights go out and you torture your cellmate, like maybe the course of a couple years, where they were maybe turned into a human pincushion in more than one way. The deaths of the natives way back before the Warm Springs Hotel, yes. And how many people died at the hotel? Or how many Native American battles there might have been. That's also a good one. And with the prehistoric footprints in the caves, how many natives are buried in that area that they probably don't know about? Could there have been a native burial ground where Warm Springs Hotel was, and in turn Nevada State Prison? You think there's native burials under the prison? It's Moose. A lot of energy is mild. Even for people that don't believe in the paranormal, you walk in there, the hair on your arm stands up. Even doing the day tours, There is. One of the elders from the Washoe tribe confirmed it, so I guessed on that one. I actually just threw caution to the wind and threw that out there. That's something dragging. Oh, we're not going to count it though. Now the other thing is where the springs were, you'd have to trace the path of the original spring out from the prison, because didn't they cover it all up? They the Washoe tribes would not bury close to a water source, so it would probably be, if I were to guess, and I'm just guessing here, is out toward maybe the old isolation cells of the caves, from the storage cave all the way back around to where the old warden's office, I think it used to be, where God, I forget his name. The guy who was kept in the cave for a few years, that had the lobotomy. Out from there, out around the other side. Probably have to guess that's where they're buried, because they wouldn't do it near a water source. 500 plus casualties. Okay, so there are in the ground somewhere. I'm gonna have to look that up for the next investigation. Is check out the languages and see if I could learn maybe a couple phrases and be able to ask questions in a native language, and see if that would bring up any evidence. The problem is, once you dive into any indigenous tribe investigations, you're talking a lot of problems. Eugene Austin, thank you. I'm drawing a blank on that one. Once you start diving into investigating native tribes, it is a whole nother ball of wax. And it can get very, very dangerous. I've only done it once in my life. And I was like 3 years into the paranormal. And I got lucky by getting the EVP that I got. And I wish I still had it. But all that was property of Vegas Valley Paranormal. Yeah, you'd almost have to invite an elder to an investigation, take him out to the ceremonial area, and maybe do a little, I don't want to say powwow, but do a little seance out there with an elder. I wonder if that would be possible. It wouldn't be disrespectful if you're doing it right. But, like you said, take care not to disturb the natives. They aren't interested in attending. Okay. And we have pretty much flatlined on all this. Still got over 40 minutes, which we're not going to be finishing tonight. We're working with them to restore, preserve the sweat lodge behind Culinary. That would be cool. Persevere, preserve. I know what you meant. You're good, you're good. Like, you weren't there for my first investigation. Uh, that was with Blomy and with Susan. We were out in the Native American area and we got some saucy EVPs. And I mean, when I mean saucy, I mean racial. Uh, we got the N word like 4 or 5 times. And we were right there where where that little I don't want to say pond is because that's disrespectful. Where they had the little fountain, little water area out there. We were right out there, and yeah, we got that, and it's like I remember having to pause my stream and say, guys, these are EVPs. I cannot control what the spirits say, so this is why I have it set to 18 and over. Excuse me, but it's the only place on prison grounds I've ever got really anything controversial. When when Angela brought her ex-husband with him or with her, we he's a black guy. We took him up into the skinhead cell block and used him as bait. We didn't get anything negative out of there. Now we know more about that, or we keep away from it. Yeah, I fully respect that. But we used him as bait, thinking we could get maybe him scratched or, called something. And he went in there making jokes with him. We never got an EVP that was negative. But, that is what it is. Then you had I'll go ahead and let this play for a minute. We had the other area that was, wasn't it like the Wiccan area or something like that out behind, was it 5 or 6 up on the hill? There was another ceremonial area out there. I don't remember which one that was. Because I know you had the native one and you had another one. See, I don't remember everything about the prison grounds. That's just too much to remember. That's why I'm kind of glad Chris is in here. Got pictures of it somewhere we went through. Yeah, Wiccan. So they pretty much, I don't want to say catered, but they respected every religion in there. It's so overgrown now and you can't even walk in it. Even the last time I went in there, it was still fairly overgrown. You could make everything out, but oh, it's all part of it, guys. When you have grounds that big, it's you can't take care of it all. Hell, couldn't even get into the guard towers on the outskirts because it was so overgrown with bird shit and everything else. It was a health hazard to even get near it. You got near the doors, it was just, oof, yeah, I'll pass. I ain't gonna risk that. I'll go in a biosuit maybe, but no. Oh shit, I forgot to add one to the counter. Where was it? Forgot to add one to the counter. And now the Russian olive trees are a natural death trap around the fencing. Ugh. The Russian olive trees, aren't those the ones with thorns? Because I know, like, the olive trees in Vegas, once they start getting towards spring and blooming, my allergies are just redunculous. I'd rather deal with the thorns than the pollen off the olive trees. An image got jabbed by an inmate got jabbed by a thorn that nicked his femoral artery. He got very lucky. Oh my god. Yeah, I can imagine. You go to prison for 20 years and you end up getting taken out by a thorn bush. Imagine that on your freaking tombstone. Served 20 years, killed by a bush. Oh my God. Can't even imagine. But guys, we're kind of a little bit longer than I wanted to tonight. But I was having a lot of fun. We did get one EVP, which I'm very happy for. It's been a few shows since we got one. Then again, we've only been back for a few shows. So this is our first EVP since being back last week. We're going to continue this tomorrow night. We are an hour and 30 minutes into 2 hours and 4 minutes. We got about 30 minutes left on this recorder. We'll finish section 1 up tomorrow night, jump into section 2, continue the 6 hours of this recorder. Hopefully we'll get a few more EVPs. I want to thank everybody for being here tonight. Chris, you especially. Guys, give Chris a big thank you. Dose into the prison. He's one help keeping it up so we can all go back. All the future investigators. He's a hell of a lot of fun to investigate with. And yeah, he's one hell of a good guy, and we're grateful to have him, not only as a friend, but as an asset to Nevada State Prison. David, Moose, Fish, Corgi, and anybody else lurking in the shadows, I thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. It's so good being back and knowing I still have your guys' love and support. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Have a great night. God bless, and I'll see y'all tomorrow night. Thanks again.